Hey guys, so if you are still in your ProQuest season and you're looking for a deck to play, you might want to give Ira a shot. So I played Ira in a recent 50-man ProQuest, got to top 4, conceded the match at top 4 because I already have an invite for ProQuest for Pro Tour Singapore, and I was up against a teammate. But I felt that overall the deck was really good, and I feel like it could still do well in this current meta. And yeah, we'll go over the list. Now, very quickly, this list is heavily inspired by the list of Oliver Berry, who won a ProQuest, and his deck list is posted on the fabtcg website. So I took bulk of that list and made some changes for the list that I eventually ended up running. So this list is primarily a flick knives kind of list. This would have been much better if we still had Zephyr Needles, but unfortunately that is gone already. We don't have that anymore. But yeah, let's take a look. So we have 3 pick up the point. These are kind of like the core parts of the deck. We have 3 Bittering Thorns. These are also your go-agains. Works really well with dual threat. We have Cut-Throughs, which again synergizes well with the idea of hitting with Kodachis, flicking your Kodachis. We have Pain in the Backside, which are also nice go-agains. We have Upsticks and Run. Really nice card. Love this one. And this kind of like the core go-again pieces of the deck, which turns on Dual Threat, which is a core piece of this particular list. Now, we have a couple of built-in enders that are primarily already in the main deck. Of course, we cannot leave out Command and Conquer. We have our sensors, which work really well. I was guessing kind of nicely during the ProQuest. I was able to prevent like a Germinate. I was able to prevent a couple of other cool stuff. So this was a fun card. You can really make the most out of Sensor just by taking a look at whatever information is available from cards in their graveyard to if you were tracking their pitch stack, then you should get a better idea of what's still available or what's coming. So really nice card. And of course, the power card, we have Dual Threat. This one allowed me to throw a CNC for 12, a Race Face for 12. Crazy strong card. I mean, cannot emphasize that enough. So we'll set that aside. And then we have the blues. This has a lot of blues. We have 3 pick up the points. This one is the one that I'm really iffy on because primarily it's just a 2 block. And every time I would side out or side in wax, the wax off or wax on in blue, I'd reduce the number of pickup points in blue. We have, and this is probably one of the changes from the list, I put in 3 burdens of the past, primarily because there were so many fatigued Durdley decks already. This came in handy in one match where I was able to prevent a D-react heavy hand of an opponent. But most of the time, it's just a blue block 3. But in the situations where it's useful, it actually is useful. We have Stab Wound. We have Knives Out, blue block 3s that can still convert to 3 value. We have 1 copy of Poison the Well. I won my Florian match winning in because of Poison the Well. Long story short, waited until the last moment where he did Germinate, where his life was low, played Poison the Well, and won. Nasty Surprise, we have 3 copies, especially if you get hit with CNC. Rowdy Locals, and then Soul Bead Strike. So these are the blues that we ran with. Again, guys, most of this list is from the list of Oliver, so I will not take credit for that. But I did make a little changes. Now we'll get to the sideboard. For the sideboard pieces, we have more on hits and enders. We have the weakest links. We have erase faces. I have 1 sound the alarm because I couldn't figure out what else to put. This can be like our super flex slot, to be honest. We have 3 Wreck Havocs. This is super nice. So Wreck Havoc is kind of like a mini CNC wherein your opponent cannot play Def Reacts, and if they have a Def React in Arsenal, boom goes the Def React. So I really like playing that one. We have 3 Sink Belows, Def Reacts. We have 3 Wax Ons. This is basically your Aurora hate package. We have 2 Wax Ons in yellow. We have 3 Wax Offs in blue. Well, it's only in blue. And 3 Shelter of the Storm. Now, post-Aurora, this list becomes really interesting to figure out because suddenly you can take out the Wax Ons and the Wax Offs. So that frees up so much of your sideboard slot. I mean, so much. I've been experimenting so far. I haven't found. I don't think I have the optimal list yet, but there's a lot of innovation that can be done, especially now that Aurora is LL and is moving out of the meta. Now, when it comes to the equipment, we have tunic, which is our primary equipment, a chest piece, but we do have blood spattered vest for the aggressive matchups wherein you need to get resources quickly. We have two kodachis, we have tide flippers, as well as two null runes for AB. If you're up against Stack Florian, just AB3, most likely you will win. We have the core piece, Flick Knives, which is super useful here. We have Mask of Momentum, which I rarely get to trigger because I keep playing non-attack actions like Upsticks or Dual Threat. And then Pouncing Paws, which is your primary leg piece. And then we have Crouching Tiger and then Zen State. So yeah, overall, that is the Ira deck. Really enjoyed playing this one. Let's go over the... I think I have like a copy of my matches. Hold on, guys. Let me just... I posted it on X, so it should be there. By the way, if you haven't followed me on X yet, my X account is at Carlo Opal. Opal. That's what foreigners say. Opal. But it's Ople, actually. Anyway, so the Swiss rounds, I did a submarine thing because I lost to round 1 Fang. I didn't have any reps with Fang using Ira, so I tried to play value. Bad decision. I did learn from that though, and I'll talk more about that in a bit. Round 2 was with Dash.io, basically fatigued him. Round 3 was with Fang again, a different Fang player. And what I realized was I could fatigue Fang because when I lost to the first Fang, his deck was kind of thin. So I just fat deck, put everything in, and went first. I won the die roll just so I could get more cards out of his deck. And yeah, ended up winning via, well, damage, but fatigue almost. He was like down to 2 cards. Round 4 was against Aurora. Round 5 was against Florian. This was the one that I talked to you guys about with Poison the Well. Round 6 again was with another Aurora. My top 8 first match was against another Aurora. And then on the top 4, that's where I conceded because it was a teammate who was also another Aurora. I feel like this deck does really well if you play it properly and you have clear strategies against your matchups. It can beat Auroras. As you guys can see, I beat 3. And I think that it is very replicable as long as you side properly and you block properly and you just don't get like super host down by Exude Confidence and Command and Conquer. But anyway, yeah, so I really had fun with Ira. I'm looking forward to experimenting more with this deck, playing with the list, and trying to see if it is something that I can run with post-Aurora and maybe even during high seas. We'll see. But I am having a lot of fun playing the deck. It kind of was boring at the start because I was just blocking and then getting value. But eventually, when you're able to set up like those dual threat turns, it becomes super fun. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your time with Ira. I'll link down below to the list. I have 2 lists there. One is the one that I use for the ProQuest. One is the current list that I am working on. So hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. Ask your questions down below. Again, shout out to Oliver. Shout out to Miko, who has been a great mentor when it comes to everything Ira and Ninja. Peace.